Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Cindy, I'm a cancer survivor and I discovered my love for watercolors and art at the age of 61. In today's episode, we're going to be doing a Mother's Day card using watercolors and pressed flowers. Yes, pressed flowers. Look at this. Aren't these gorgeous? This is beautiful. Look at this beauty right here. Even this one. Look at that. Look at this one. So these cards are like these pressed flowers. These pressed flowers are gorgeous. Particularly like this one. What I'm going to be using for a card is the Strathmore cold press 5x7 cards. It comes in a 6-pack. And I got it from Amazon for like $6.95. It comes with envelopes. So a lot fellow YouTube artists recommends this a lot. So I'm going to try this out. First time I've ever used this. So come with me as I do a Mother's Day card featuring this paper and one of these cold pressed flowers. We'll see what we're going to use. So come with me as we do a Mother's Day card featuring this Strathmore cold press 5x7 cards. These pressed flowers, which one I'm going to use or which ones, and watercolors. Okay, so the ingredients that I'm going to be using would be these Strathmore watercolor cards. They're cold press, and it comes 6 in a pack with 5x7 cards with envelopes. So that's awesome. And let's just see. I think I paid $6.95, so that's good. And never used these before. They have a nice texture. I like the texture they have. Okay. Very good. So I'm using that. I'm also going to be using the pressed flowers. I have to think which one I want. I'm leaning more towards this one though. Let's see. Or possibly even this one, perhaps. I'm not so sure. And we're gonna need Mod Podge, and it has to be matte. Get the matte because if you get the gloss, you do get a shine. And I'm going to be working with the Paul Rubens 24 professional half pan set. You can tell it's been well loved. We're using that. I'm going to be using the round brushes, 2 round brushes. Let's see, yeah. These 2 round brushes, and a 12 and a 4 round. So I'm going to need an X-Acto knife. Going to need that. We will be using tweezers. Now I bought this whole set for I think $4.95 on Amazon way back. So I think I'll be using these. Using those. We're going to be using this cold wax medium as a sealant. Got the envelope too. Oh, the envelope. Oh, this is nice. The envelope is a plain envelope, plain white. It's a regular white envelope with a beckled edge. That's nice. So let's get started. First, we're going to pick out the flower. I'm going to have to gently cut this. Make sure I don't cut. Trying to be careful. You know what? Let me just pull this whole thing out, maybe. That might be the best way to do it. Break this out. Look how large this is. Wow, this is huge. They're both huge. Wow. I'm afraid to move these around. You really have to be very, ooh, you see? You really have to be very careful. Okay, this, I'm not so sure. Oh, look at that. Wow. That dominates the whole flower. Dominates everything. So this is a contender. I don't know if this is the front. I think this is the back and this is the front. Front looks too plain to me. Oof. I have to be very careful maneuvering this around. You know what? I like this little thing though. before I break anything else. I might be using that too. Who knows? Getting this back in there too is going to be tricky. I'll put them both in there at the same time. Okay, good. Let's see this one. My heart is gravitating towards this one, to be honest with you. Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. Yep. I'm going to put you aside for now. Really nice, to be honest. And, oh yes, we're going to have to cut out a circle. So what I've done was I've taken this from, this cap came from a container of milk, I think a quart. Look at that. It's perfect. Perfect size. So, gently, very gently, how am I going to do this? This is hard. Put this aside for now. Put this in the middle, or approximately in the middle, and then gonna draw around it. Draw the circle. Remove this. Oh, you know what? It's so funny. Use this mat. This is a cutting mat as well, but alright, so you put that aside. So here is where you could use your watercolors. I'm gonna break this out. Gonna remove it, put it here. Now I use my watercolor pencils that, of course, I got from Temu to do quick sketches. I'm using this yellow pencil. See, circle is not perfect, but neither are we, so that's fine. That works. So what I'm going to do is just do that, that. Yep, just little guidelines. And we just do this. It's just for me. Just do that. I think this one, just do that. I'm going to go a little bit bigger. I could go a little bit bigger. This could be with any pressed flower you choose. And it could be several pressed flowers. Doesn't have to be just one main one. But think of the one main one as having like a die cut of some sort. Okay. A piece of parchment paper so it doesn't, so the watercolor doesn't go through. What I'm going to do is do a wet on wet. Let's just do that. I'm applying water to the card. Now I assume it's going to handle water well. I hope. I don't know. Let me spray the watercolors so they're activated. This is the first time. Let me just use this. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah. See, could you? Yeah. Okay. Let me see. What I think I should do is perhaps do a darker blue. That's a pretty blue. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Darker blue and then bring it down. Bring it down. Okay. Yeah, that's all. Bring it down. Let's see if I could pick this up. Form clouds. Yeah, good. That could happen. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now, so what I'm also going to do is wet this area down too. Now that's what's great about, wow, look at that bright green. And we're going to do a bunch of greens. So make it look like it's gray. That might be too wet. That became a blob, so that's not what I really wanted. Oh, good. This is very good. Picked up. What I tried to do is make it look like it's behind. But let me see. Maybe I could do it now. These come in different colors, so I would like to add some other colors. But let's work on this primary flower first. Yeah, this lost this green. Let me see if I could get it back a little bit. Kind of. Yes, I could use this, I suppose. So it looks like. You know who's great at this is Ellen Cremy Trent. She's awesome at this. I mean, she makes scenes like this look so effortlessly. Oof, effortless. I should say, effortless. She's awesome at this. I know it takes practice. So I'm gonna work on this. Take this. I just love Paul Ruben's paints. Take this small brush maybe and just dab a little. Dab that there. Yes, I'm using two brushes now. Let's see. Don't really have to follow my little sketch here. Just dabbing the dark brown, the burnt sienna. Here. Maybe dabbing it some more over there. Painting is so therapeutic. I find it so relaxing. Oh. I think this is a good way to start. If you're a beginner painter, you could just start with this actually, because you see what I'm doing. I'm not, I'm using this number 12 brush and I'm dabbing it with water. And this 6-pack of watercolor cards, 5x7, which is not a bad size. That's what I usually work on. I usually work 5x7. And you can see if you like it or not, and get these inexpensive paints. I think this Paul Ruben set wasn't that expensive. I know the Mylings, you could get a nice set for under $20. I know that. Oh, you know what else is also an awesome paint? If you, they have tubes and they're very reasonable. The set, Phoenix watercolor. I think they're new. I got a set. I got their traveling set. That's a twister. So it's a travel. I'm going to do a video on that. It's a twist mechanism. It's great. So you could start with this to see if you like it or not. And it's exciting to see your paint come, to see your picture come alive. See your painting come alive, come to life. It went from concept to night. You don't even have to have a concept. You just start painting. And it's exciting. See how it comes. Okay. What I'm gonna do, now that it's still wet, I'm gonna use a little bit. I'm just gonna dab a little bit. Just give it some definition. Yeah. That's nice. Hold on. I don't like rough edges and flowers, so I'm just smoothing it out. I rinsed my brush, so this is a damp brush, but it doesn't have paint on it, and I'm trying to smooth this out. And the New York theme song is running, so that, I like the way these look. I'm hoping I could do that same with this, but I think it came out like that because just doing some flowers because it was wet. I'm doing some more different, kind of be like wildflowers. It doesn't have to be sunflowers. Now this is a card. I think the person who gets this card could easily frame it, or like a blue one, maybe blue flowers, but in the back. Like in the bottom, I could just add like grass and such. I think the sunflower is going to need leaves. What I could also do is, okay, so I could put a leaf here. And then maybe I'll do another very light wash. Like 20% pigment and 80% water. over here, make it very quiet. Looks like it's from behind. Okay, maybe another one. That one's, yeah, I'm gonna lift some of it up. See, I'm lifting some of it up because I think it's just so. All right, that was like very harsh. And I think it needs another leaf here, perhaps. And then what I'm gonna do is just lift it up to do. Okay. Maybe that one. That's a lot of water. When it puddles like that, I'll work on those. Do another one maybe. Another one up here perhaps. Oh, I think this is the brush to do that. Let's see. Oh, maybe not. I thought this brush would be too big for small dainty flowers, but I don't think it is. Bunch of small flowers. Let me see. Maybe what I will do is put stems, but very light stems. It's a lot of water. Just in a few of them, just in a couple, not many, not all of them, because they're in the field. So just a couple, because these could be stems also. Oh, maybe this one needs a stem too, but I'm gonna make it very light. I know sunflower stems, I think they're hardy. They're very thick. They're very thick. Okay. Let me move this. Now it's time to position. Let's just put that there. That's great. That's really great. That's a conversation piece, I think. Never seen anyone use pressed flower and watercolor on a card before. Okay, so this is where the Mod Podge comes in. Actually, let me gently put it aside. Okay, so let me just take some of the Mod Podge and put a generous amount. I want to get all the leaves. Put it in position. Let me see, I think that one was there like that. Gently press down. Now I think what I'm also going to do Wow, isn't this nice? What do you think? I think I could add a little bit more to the clouds and stuff. I'm gonna sign it. Let me sign it now. This is a painting. And you know what? I just realized it just doesn't have to be for Mother's Day. It could be for any day. It could be a friendship card. Let me put some more Mod Podge. I'm gonna put it on top. Excuse the arm. Oops. Excuse the arm. Just make sure that the leaves don't come apart. I'll let it dry. I didn't do this with the pressed flowers in my other paintings. I think I should. And I think I should put the sealant on them too, just to play it safe. But since this is going to be in the mail, I think we better play it safe and seal it. Yeah, this is good. So let it dry. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the cold wax medium. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a generous amount and I'm gonna seal it. I'm gonna seal this. Yeah, use a generous amount. Now that this has dried, I'm also gonna do the middle. Usually do circular motion. Circular motion to act as an additional sealant. All the supplies, including this Gamblin cold wax medium, I'm going to include in the description box, all the links. But while that's drying, guess what I broke out? I'm gonna break out these, of course, because I love to use bling. Of course, why not? Now, I think what I have to do, now it's not laying flat. So what I'm gonna do when I'm done is I'm gonna wet this area in the back, and then probably I'm going to use parchment paper again, trusty parchment paper, and I'll lay some heavy items like books on top of it for like a couple hours. That should flatten this out. Not laying flat, I'm going to use this this tape, this duct tape that I have, and I think this is like a 1/4 inch thick. So do that. I'm gonna make sure. I'm just gonna go over my skin a couple times just to make sure that it doesn't rip off the paper when I'm done. I'm gonna go back to my 6th round, and let's see. Try and use this for the grass, because why not? Add a little sparkle to the card. Okay. Add this to some of the leaves. Look at that. Wow. Isn't that funny? Yeah, this metallic set I got from Temu. You could tell it's well loved. Been using it a lot, because I think every painting should have a little sparkle, don't you? Debbie Walker got me into using sparkle in the paintings, using metallics. She has a whole set of MABs, which are awesome. I have a couple sets. I have the mirror series and the silver one. The golden series is the golden, it's a gold one. And mirror series is the silver one. And I have the oops line. But that's about it. I enjoy this tab, this palette from Temu. Of course I got it from Temu, of course. I think this is just as great. I'll add some green to the leaves. Look at that. I know, I'm like a little kid. Oh, look at that. I know. Oh, look how beautiful. It really adds to the painting, I think. I mean, to the card. It is a painting. I mean, the person could just put this on the wall. It's a definite conversation piece, that's for sure. So just add, I'm gonna go with this gold now. Yeah, no, this is, I think there's 24 here. They have one that's 60. I'm thinking of ordering. I know. Isn't that pretty? I know, I'm almost done. I know. I could hear you going out there. I could hear you out there saying, Cindy, you're going a little crazy. Yeah, I am. A little bit much. There. I think that would be it. Okay, so here you go. I already signed it. I think what I'm gonna do is sell it in my Etsy shop. Look, see? Doesn't it have a nice shine to it? And then you open it up and it says, you could say, I thought about putting the happy in there, but I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave it blank the way it is so that anybody could write whatever they want in there. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So you see it's now nice and flat because I did wet this area. Oh, look at this. This must have been from this. I had this underneath to protect the sunflower. So it bled a little bit. Just wet this area and just to protect the sunflower, put that there, and then I put a bunch of books on top. So it's fully dry now and it's flat. I love the metallic. Looks fabulous with the metallic. Wow. What do you think? Leave your comments and questions below. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you want to see more episodes like this. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.